We're going to speak today about whether metabolism is an issue when it comes to not being able to lose weight as you get older. So ultimately, does your metabolism crash? Does your metabolism slow down as you get older? Because you've probably heard it yourself. You've probably heard people say, oh, I don't lose weight as well as I used to. It's harder now. My metabolism slowed down. And we've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot. Even when I wasn't a nutritionist, you hear it a lot. So we're going to just go through that now. So is that even a thing? So like, does your metabolism slow down? Does it break as you get older? Does it start slowing down through the years? So this is really interesting because the most recent study published on this, it actually found that, and this one blows people's minds to be fair, especially people who I work with when I first start working with them, and we do a little bit of myth busting around things, and some of the issues they come to me with and what they think is going off, metabolism being a massive one. This is an interesting one for me because they actually found on the study that between the ages of 20 to 60, your metabolism doesn't change all that much whatsoever, to like negligible amount. So it kind of blows out the water, that theory of, oh yeah, I can't lose weight because my metabolism's slowing down. It's not really a thing. Like I say, between the ages of 20 to 60, it's at a fairly stable rate. And then even after 60, the change in metabolism is only negligible. It's not enough to buy into the fact where it's like, okay, right, we need to work on your metabolism. We need to account for that. It's not a big enough thing to concern ourselves with. So with me saying that, I will just say this as well. With me saying that is not me disregarding people who say it's harder to lose weight as they get older. I absolutely understand it. I see it and I hear it. And I understand why people say that. But it's not the metabolism. What you tend to find with people who, going through life, find it harder to lose weight, you find that your life changes as you go through life, obviously, right? But things and variables, certainly the variables that were happening before that you're probably not doing as much of now, or some of the stuff you're probably doing a little bit more of. So let me take you through that. So as we get a bit older, maybe you've changed your job. Maybe you were really active with your job. Maybe there's lots going off with it, and now you are more office-based with your job. Maybe your overall activity levels have slowed down a little bit. Maybe your kids are older now and you're not rushing around as much as you used to do. Like I say, maybe you've now got a desk job where you used to have more of an active job. There's many different variables that can cause issues here. Maybe you've got kids. Maybe your sleep is not as good as it used to be, and your sleep's all over the place. And we all know that, lack of sleep causes an potential increase in appetite, and a low focus from being tired. It's like the perfect storm for overeating. And I see this a lot with the ladies and the mothers who I work with. This can be a really difficult position for them. So there's all these different variables that potentially change as we get older. Also as well, maybe there's a few more glasses of wine in an evening now. Maybe there's the odd extra glass of fizz, as a lot of my clients like to call it, in the evening. You're finishing work, or you've had a long day, or you've been looking after the kids, or you've been looking after the grandkids, and you do have a couple of glasses of wine, a couple of glasses of fizz, a beer. And these are the variables that really then start changing, that then start not causing a problem, but they then start stacking up against you when it comes to fat loss. It's not the metabolism. It's mostly the variables and the changes in your life that are happening that you don't really realize. Only small changes, but things enough to add up over time. Like I say, if you are having that extra glass of wine in the evening, if you're not quite managing your portion sizes in the evening as well as you used to, if you are less active, and again, as you get older, if you've got a few more aches and pains, you've got injuries from any sports or training you used to do. So it's easy to go, oh, I'm just aching now, knees are hurting a bit, back's hurting a bit, I'm just going to relax down from the gym now, I'm getting older, I should relax a bit more. These are all mindsets, all variables that really stack up against you when it comes to fat loss, and variables that we really work on with the clients here. Like I say, I work in a working consultancy, so these are the frameworks we build for our clients to make sure they're pushing forwards with their fat loss and their health, and we are tackling these issues with them to keep them progressing. I will just say this as well. I spoke about that was a question from the question box on Instagram. One of the clients I work with actually said to me, well versed in kind of metabolism, we speak about it very early on in my clients' journeys. But she raised a great question at her weekly debrief, and she says, well, okay, so metabolism doesn't really slow down that much between 20 to 60. What about does that change when it comes to perimenopause or menopause? So great question with that, and we'll cover this now because we work with a lot of perimenopausal and menopausal ladies. And what we can't say, same again, we can't really say that metabolism is the great cause of fat gain or the reason why you're finding it more difficult to lose weight as you get older, or certainly in perimenopause and menopause. Again, I don't work the ladies in this area. The science doesn't really support that in terms of the metabolism in perimenopause and menopause slowing down to any great degree. And for me, I think it's a disservice if we say, we cloud their mindset and their focus and vision with, it's your metabolism. Like, what we try and do, there's not enough science around that for me to go, yes, we need to be working on that area. It takes them away from where they need to be. It takes them away from, again, perimenopause, menopause, sleep sometimes is a struggle for the ladies. So how's the sleep hygiene? Can we work on that? How's your protein levels? Are we getting enough feed-ins throughout the day? How are our overall activity levels? How's our general energy balance? Because the energy balance equation doesn't just disappear because perimenopause and menopause kicks in. It's still very much a thing. But again, not disregarding that it is harder in perimenopause and menopause for the ladies to lose weight or keep the weight off. Hormones are against them. Hormones are a powerful thing. They're fighting an upward battle with this, but it can be done with the right strategies and frameworks and implementing the right variables for them and working on the right variables. Like I say, looking at the sleep, where's the overall activity level, where is the overall energy balance with everything, all these little variables, where's the nutrient density, are we doing any form of resistance training or any training whatsoever to help? So there's all these little variables that I like to work on with the ladies rather than jumping in and going, oh, it's your metabolism. And again, I do see a lot out there in the industry on social media, a lot of big red flag for me. I won't get on my high horse about it. All these self-proclaimed hormone coaches who think they've got hormone hacks, and they're giving ladies ridiculous advice when it comes to perimenopause and menopause and how to lose weight during that time of their life. And it's just wrong. We have to follow the science with that. So yeah, I'll end it there today. A bit of a myth-busting video. So when it comes to metabolism, is it an issue when you struggling to lose weight as you get older? Not really. It doesn't really slow down that much between the ages of 20 to 60. After that, it's a negligible decline year on year after that. Not enough to pay any huge attention to. Ladies, perimenopausal, menopausal, again, it's not a big enough of an issue to focus on solely. We have to get the other variables of fat loss and health right during that challenging time of perimenopause and menopause with the ladies. So again, any questions you've got, if you're struggling in this area, or maybe you're thinking, actually, no, my metabolism has slowed down, comment below on the video. I'm happy to have a conversation about it, help you further. Drop in the comments below. I'd be happy to speak about it. But yeah, look forward to speaking to you in the next video.